Friday, February 18th, 2022, and you're tuned into the Blaze 98.3 FM. I'm Westerland Ferguson. Thank you so much for joining us. The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation and Member of Parliament for the Exumas and Ragged Island, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, hosted a town hall meeting last evening to inform the people of Exuma of the progress he has made and the prospective progress that will be started in the weeks and months ahead. Mr. Cooper addressed the concerns of many Exumians, namely the restart of road repairs and the reconstruction of the Exuma International Airport, both of which has been postponed due to financial constraints. Cooper says he knows these issues are sensitive for Exumians, and he chose to address the matters head on.
Now I know you're going to ask me about the airports and the roads, so let me address those now. In relation to the airport, the work will continue shortly. No funding provisions were provided, but the former government sought to begin this work just in time for elections, I suppose to impress you. The contractor is deeply in the hole. We owe him close to $10 million. We are making provisions to provide funding for this project to continue, and I want you to know that I expect that it will restart within 30 days. Further, I want you to know that all concessions at this airport are open. There have been no shops allocated. This will be done by the airport authority at the appropriate time, and there will be announcements. This investment is in the region of $65 million. It will continue, and it will be completed in the shortest possible time frame. With respect to roads, we are grateful of the 8 miles of road that we received recently, and I want you to know that we are signing a memorandum of understanding this month, during the month of February, to continue an additional 40 miles of roads. I'm not sure this side of the room heard me. 40 miles of roads. And I'm not committing to side roads at this point, but I want you to know that the Boulevard Road, Alien Town, Bahamas Sound 14, and others are also on the radar.
Mr. Cooper emphatically stated that the work needed to be completed in Exuma is plenteous, but the laborers are few. He called upon local Exumians and residents to assist him in an effort to see Georgetown restored and for E-Vision 2030 to become a reality.
Our local plans for the future. We have an exciting plan that we have rolled out called Restore Georgetown. This is an extensive program. The harvest is plenteous. The laborers are few. Investors of our island and the business community are committed to supporting this program in words and in deeds. We need your help. We need volunteers to participate actively in rolling out these plans and these programs. And beginning in 2022, those old barges out at the fish fry will be removed.
This town hall meeting was the first of 2022, and Mr. Cooper states that he will host quarterly meetings and he will be available monthly at Team Cooper's office when they reopen in March of 2022. In other news, police report 22 students of the Aquifer International Academy off Bernard Road fell ill after ingesting marijuana-infused snacks purchased from a lunch vendor during a break period. The founder and CEO of Aquifer International Academy, Dr. Jacinta Hicks, told media yesterday that the school is a drug-free zone, and even before students who were questioned explained what happened, authorities were brought in immediately to assess the situation.
I got information that several of the students presented signs of illness, having ingested sweets. And so immediately I keep sharing in my top administration members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force in terms of reservists. And so therefore immediately all protocols were done. 22 students were pulled in terms of investigation on the ground immediately. They were pulled, they were isolated in rooms, and questions began. Immediately the police was called. Foxhill Police Station, we had DEU, and we had also EMS. Parents were also notified immediately, because Aquifer International Academy is a drug-free zone.
Thankfully, most of the students were able to return home unscathed, but 4 students were hospitalized with symptoms requiring medical assistance.
Once we identified the students who presented illness or behavior, again, as I said, EMS came, but the parents opted to take them themselves to their private physicians. But I also heard 4 for sure went to the Princess Margaret Hospital. 2 have since been released, and then Mrs. Ingram, the principal, is right now just checking up on the other 2. Again, as I said, very unfortunate. The matter is under full and active investigation. As a matter of fact, we already got reports of progress in the investigation. So we are thankful for that. And again, the full extent of the law must be done. Ingram, principal, was in contact with 2 of the parents, and so 2 of the children are home, they're resting. And then 2, she said, was still there seeking medical care again. But I'm sure by now, because that was over about an hour, 2 hours, I'm sure they would have been released. But again, she is following up on those 2.
The police has since arrested a male and a female for possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply in connection with this incident. As this is a developing story, we will have more news for you as it becomes available. And finally, in our newscast this morning, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute is announcing today that the census will take place starting April 5th, 2022, and the census will be completely digital. The digital format will not only transform how data is being managed and analyzed, but it is also changing the way data is collected. There will be 3 ways for individuals to complete the census questionnaire: online, via telephone, and in person. For the online census, there will be a questionnaire that individuals can complete from the comfort of their homes any time of the day and at their leisure. This applies only to households wherein contact information was provided during the 2021 listing exercise. If you're registering for the census via telephone, census enumerators will administer the census questionnaire over the phone. And finally, traditional in-person interviews will also be conducted. Virtual training for census area managers and supervisors are currently being conducted, while training for enumerators will commence February 28th to March 15th, 2022. Census workers will obtain all data collection using digital devices, which means all census data, no matter which collection method is used, will be directly uploaded, validated, and processed in real time by a robust software solution that was pioneered and co-financed by the World Bank, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The information provided for the census is going to be used for important planning and policy decisions in government and in the private sector. Census data helps to determine school zones, the location of housing developments, and helps the government to make decisions about the allocation of public resources. For the success of the first digital census, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute is depending on you and expects your support and cooperation. Remember, the count depends on you. Stay with us. A check on your local weather forecast and a look at the latest COVID dashboard report is up next, after the break.
The new Cash and Go mobile wallet. The mobile wallet will allow you to load funds from any branded debit or credit card free of charge. Send funds locally to others with the wallet using just their mobile number. Pay utility bills and more. It helps you keep track of your daily transactions. Download the mobile app from the Play Store, while Apple users can contact info@paylanesnow.com. Cash and Go's new mobile wallet. Easy, simple, safe, and secure.
Welcome back. According to the latest COVID dashboard report number 691, the Bahamas Ministry of Health reported 33 COVID-19 cases. The overall total stands at 33,005 cases. There were 79 recoveries reported for the day, with the total recoveries at 25,638. There are now 768 deaths. There are 40 hospitalized cases, 3 patients are being treated in the intensive care unit, and the remaining 38 cases are considered moderately ill. As always, the Blaze 98.3 FM continues to advise its listeners to tune into this radio station for any updates provided by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Now here's our Gigi Presenti with your local weather forecast.
Good morning. Here's a look at your local weather forecast for Friday, February 18, 2022, as issued by the Bahamas Department of Meteorology. General situation. A surface ridge extending from the robust high-pressure system northeast of the area continues to retreat eastwards, allowing winds and marine conditions to gradually improve across the island chains through tonight. Special warnings. Beachgoers and swimmers should continue to exercise caution due to rough surfs and rip currents along Atlantic exposed shorelines. For all areas, weather partly to mostly sunny, warm, and a bit breezy, with a chance of an isolated shower or two today, mostly fair tonight. Special warnings. Small craft caution is in effect due to swells. Wind southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots in the northwest Bahamas, falling light and variable at times. Easterly at 50 knots in the central Bahamas, but gusty at times across the southeast Bahamas. Seas 2 to 4 feet over the ocean near shore and sheltered areas, building 5 to 8 feet offshore and along Atlantic exposures in moderate easterly swells. Today's daytime high temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius. Overnight low 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. Sun sets at 6:05 p.m. Moon rise at 8:06 p.m. We're currently experiencing low tide, high tide 8:48 a.m., low tide 3:09 p.m., high tide 9:10 p.m. and low tide 3:19 a.m. on Saturday. For your extended forecast, high-pressure ridging will gradually retreat eastwards ahead of an approaching cold front expected to be near the extreme northwest Bahamas on Saturday morning. Moderate to locally fresh winds will persist in the wake of the front. I am Gigi Presenti, and this has been a look at your local weather forecast.
Thanks, Gigi, and thanks to our listeners for tuning into the Blaze 98.3 FM. Tune in again at 1 p.m. for highlights of what's to come on the 7 p.m. newscast with Marco Lightborn. I'm Westerlyn Ferguson. Have a great day, Bahamas.